Cenat saved what many fans are calling the crown jewel of his streaming marathon for the very end of Mafiathon 3. For weeks, anticipation had been building around who he might pull out of his hat as the final guest, and Kai didn't disappoint. In an internet-shaking moment, the Twitch superstar welcomed none other than LeBron James into his live stream. Yes, the LeBron James, arguably the most famous basketball player on the planet, a future Hall of Famer, a cultural icon, a man whose name transcends sports and resonates even with people who don't watch basketball. To make things even more special, LeBron didn't come alone. He arrived with his young daughter, Juri, who has become something of a mini-celebrity herself, thanks to her infectious charm and her father's immense popularity. The arrival wasn't just a casual drop-in. It was the type of surprise that underscores how far Cenat has come, and how seriously mainstream stars are now taking the influence of streamers. The moment LeBron stepped into Kai's stream, you could feel the energy shift. Kai, known for his quick reactions and larger-than-life personality, was momentarily speechless, something viewers rarely ever see from him. Here was a young man who started streaming only a few years ago in a small room in Brooklyn, suddenly sharing space with one of the greatest athletes in history. It was surreal, almost like watching two worlds collide. The digital-first, meme-fueled, chaotic world of Twitch and the polished, legacy-driven world of professional sports. Fans in the chat exploded with excitement, typing in all caps, spamming emotes, and barely able to contain their shock that LeBron had actually shown up. But the surprises didn't stop there. LeBron, always thoughtful when it comes to meaningful gestures, had come bearing gifts. He pulled out a luxury Audemars Piguet watch customized in Los Angeles Lakers colors, a sleek, stunning piece of craftsmanship that immediately dropped jaws. LeBron explained that the gift was to celebrate Kai reaching a historic milestone in followers on the platform, a gesture that carried more than just material weight. It symbolized recognition from one of the world's biggest icons, that streaming is not only a legitimate career, but also one worthy of respect and admiration. Kai sat there, holding the watch in his hands, stunned into silence, his eyes darting between LeBron, the gift, and his team who were equally floored. It wasn't just a watch, it was validation. And as if that wasn't enough, LeBron went one step further. He presented Kai and his crew with the yet-to-be-released LeBron 23 sneakers, a pair of kicks that sneakerheads had been buzzing about for months, but weren't officially dropping until the following month. To get them straight from LeBron's hands, before anyone else in the world could buy them, made the moment even more iconic. It was the kind of flex that money can't buy. Not just owning a rare piece of gear, but receiving it personally from the man whose name was on the shoe. Kai's excitement was so raw and genuine that fans immediately began clipping the stream, flooding social media with highlights, and cementing the moment as one of the most unforgettable in Twitch history. After the gifts, LeBron and Kai decided to tour Kai's massive Los Angeles mansion together. The house itself had been a talking point throughout Mafiathon 3, with fans marveling at the scale of it, comparing it to the humble beginnings Kai came from in Brooklyn. Watching LeBron walk through Kai's halls, checking out the decor, laughing at little details, and nodding approvingly at the setup was like a passing of the torch between two different but equally powerful eras of influence. LeBron's world has always been about arenas, stadiums, and championships, while Kai's world revolves around cameras, chat boxes, and viral clips. And yet, as they moved through the house together, it was clear there was mutual respect. The two eventually made their way to the backyard, where Kai's basketball court awaited. It almost felt like a metaphor, the young streamer literally playing ball with one of the greatest to ever touch the game. They shot around casually, sharing laughs and small talk, while fans online couldn't believe what they were witnessing. This wasn't some scripted corporate partnership. It wasn't a forced advertisement. It was organic, authentic, and pure entertainment. For Kai, who grew up idolizing athletes like LeBron, it was a dream unfolding in real time. For LeBron, who has always championed the next generation and supported young black men making waves in different industries, it was a chance to connect directly with a figure shaping culture in the digital space. What makes this appearance even more monumental is the broader context of Cenat's journey. Just a few years ago, he was another college student figuring out what he wanted to do with his life. He started creating content in 2021, and almost immediately his personality drew people in. His chaotic energy, his willingness to laugh at himself, his natural comedic timing, and his ability to connect with viewers set him apart. As platforms like Twitch exploded in popularity, Kai was at the forefront, redefining what it meant to be an entertainer in the modern age. He wasn't just playing video games. He was curating experiences, throwing events, and constantly surprising his audience with bigger and bigger stunts. To go from streaming in a cramped bedroom to welcoming LeBron James into his mansion in just a handful of years is nothing short of astonishing. Over the course of Mafiathon 3, Kai welcomed a parade of celebrity guests who wanted to be part of the cultural wave he was riding. The guest list read like a who's who of music and entertainment. Snoop Dogg stopped by, effortlessly blending his laid-back cool with Kai's hyperactive energy. Mariah Carey, the legendary diva herself, made an appearance, proving that even icons who have been in the industry for decades see the value in connecting with new audiences through streamers like Kai. Rap stars like Latto and Ice Spice also came through, further cementing Kai's streams as a hub where music, sports, and internet culture collide. Each appearance was huge in its own right, but LeBron's visit was the kind of event that redefined the ceiling for what was possible. To fully appreciate the magnitude of this moment, it's worth considering just how much Twitch and streaming culture have evolved in recent years. Not long ago, the platform was considered niche, primarily a space for gamers to broadcast their sessions to small, dedicated communities. But figures like Cenat have transformed it into something much bigger. A stage where celebrities, athletes, and artists can directly engage with fans in ways that feel unscripted and genuine. Unlike traditional media appearances, streams don't have the same polish or restrictions. Anything can happen, and that unpredictability is what makes it so magnetic. By appearing on Kai's stream, LeBron wasn't just giving a nod to Kai. He was acknowledging that this new form of entertainment is a force to be reckoned with. For Kai's audience, many of whom grew up idolizing LeBron just as much as they idolize streamers now, the appearance was almost mythic. It blurred the lines between their childhood heroes and their present-day obsessions, collapsing two cultural worlds into one unforgettable moment. For Kai himself, it was a reminder of how far he's come and how limitless the future might be. If LeBron James is showing up on his stream today, who knows what could happen tomorrow? Presidents, international superstars, groundbreaking artists, suddenly nothing feels out of reach. What made the interaction between Kai and LeBron so special was how natural it all felt. There was no stiffness, no forced agenda. It was just two men from very different walks of life vibing together, recognizing each other's grind and celebrating each other's success. That authenticity is exactly why Kai has amassed such a massive following. He doesn't try to be perfect, and he doesn't hide behind a curated image. His content is raw, unfiltered, and real. LeBron, for his part, has always thrived by being more than just an athlete. He's a businessman, a philanthropist, a cultural leader, and a father who cares deeply about his family and community. Their worlds overlapped in a way that felt inevitable, as if it was only a matter of time before their paths crossed.